من دراکولا.
Can vampires be Muslim? And this is a question some people have been asking very, very seriously on the internet. And because this is legitimately a very good question. You cannot die, you can only go out at night, and you can only feed on human blood. So how can you just, pray, fast, do your Hajj, and can human blood actually be halal? So I found a text which is called 50 Fatwas for the Virtuous Vampire, which, well, spoiler alert, is a pseudo-scholarly discussion published in 2010 by a certain Pamela Taylor in Apex magazine. So she makes up a fictional character, Sheikha Yasmin al-Binawi, and so a scholar who wrote books such as The Culinary Etiquette for the Islamic Undead, What the Quran Has to Teach the Undying About Living. So I'll put all the links in the description. But first of all, let's try to think about it. Shahada, very easy. Zakat, very easy. The prayer, I think Maghrib, Isha and Fajr, no problem. But for Asr and Zohar, well, you have to wake up in the daytime basically and avoid direct sunlight. But I guess that's doable. Fasting, well, vampires only feed at night, so in theory, that's not an issue. But I found on a forum, someone wrote, proper practice of Sawm might be disputed by vampiric ulama, because I'm sure the Muslim vampires have their own ulama council. Is the proper time to eat during the night? But that's not a hardship at all for a vampire. Good point. Or should Muslim vampires go with the spirit and fast during the night and eat, drink blood, only after the sun rises? Hajj obviously could be a problem, but I think the biggest issues is how on earth do you find halal human blood? Fortunately, Sheikha al-Binawi wrote in one of her many books, it would seem ideal for the Muslim vampire to partner with the Islamic butcher. Interesting. After all, one of the essential elements of Islamically sound slaughter is the removal of all extractable blood from the carcass. And who better to remove said blood than a vampire, upon whom one can rely to fulfill all the other Zabih obligations? Not bad. Unfortunately, vampires require human blood. That of chicken, sheep, goats, cattle, and other humanly consumable creatures is of little nutritional value to the undead. And naturally, human meat is completely unsuitable for human consumption. So what does she advise for the vampire to do? Well, it's not ideal, but at least the vampire can pronounce the name of Allah over the intended individual, making the kill quickly and compassionately, and completely drain all blood. So basically you do sabiha on humans. Okay. But then how do you select the victims? That's the question, really. So she says, selecting the appropriate individual for dining upon can seem quite a daunting prospect, of course. So his heart can rest at ease as he dines upon murderers, arsonists, rapists, philanderers, and other nasty criminals, knowing that he is not only ridding the earth of those who would corrupt it, but also saving innocent lives in the process. Truly, we must be deeply grateful for the double blessing the Lord has showed upon the ever-living. So basically, yeah, you kill criminals and stuff. Of course, her writings are not to be taken seriously as any work of fiction, but I just found it fascinating that some people have asked themselves the question, and try to find answers, because we know how Islamic jurisprudence is flexible and adaptable to many different situations, and God doesn't ask people to do things that are outside of their capacity. So how would that apply to vampires? That's a very good question. So do you agree with Sheikh Al-Binawi about how to find halal human blood or not? Or do you have maybe other opinions, hadiths and or verses that could guide our fellow Muslim vampires that are maybe watching us? Hello, if you're watching us. I hope it was a nice break from all this serious work, and again, take care of yourselves and each other.